Hi there, welcome to the Lad Mix Farm channel. It's Arthur here. This time round we've traveled all the way to Lira. Actually we're in Lira city and is trying to seek more knowledge about cashew nut production. Apparently Lira has, as a district, has made some progress, and we've been able to identify some prominent farmers that have been championing the cause of, planting cashew nuts, and so they'll be able to take us through. At this point, I think I will request my colleague here to introduce herself.
Thank you so much. I'm Helen Keti Achamelungat. I'm a cashew farmer myself. I work also as Executive Director, Northeast Chili Producers Association. This is the association that introduced cashew nuts in Uganda, especially conducting research on cashew nuts. We are here in the nursery that we work together with Mr. Tom Joshua Okello. He's not here right now, but he's our partner. This is one of the nurseries that we have established in Ilango sub-region. And I'm also a regional coordinator for Cashew Nut Farmers Promoters National Association. So I coordinate the whole northern region from Lango, Choli, up to West Nile. So that is my region of coordination.
Quite frankly, I'm very impressed with the quality and volume of seedlings that you have in your nursery. How long do you take for your seedlings to be ready before you can give them out to farmers? And what are some of the steps you take really?
Thank you so much, listeners. The steps we take, basically, we start from the seed. You can see these ones we are using seeds. We are not using anything else but seeds. We first pre-germinate the seed. Once they have cracked like this, then we pot them into the pots, and the pots at the other side where we fill them in, and then they will sprout. This process is in normal terms, is supposed to take 3 months for the seed to be ready to be given out to the farmer. But because of the climate changes, these seedlings here you see have overgrown. They have taken more than 1 year almost.
Really?
And these ones you just go and plant, and you will still, immediately they have enough nutrients, it will just go and start flowering. And here we are promoting AC4 variety. We have AC4 and AC43. Those are the best varieties that I would recommend any farmer out there to plant. Here alone we have about 50,000 seedlings, and we have other nurseries where we have 20,000, 70,000, and on my own I have about 80,000 in total of the seedlings, excluding this first. This is additional one, except they are not within the city, they are outside the city, because we do most of our farming, even that's where the farm is. We have the seeds, the seeds which we planted, the trees which we planted during research, because as I said, we did research on cashew nut. That was 2013 to 2017. So now those trees have reached to high production level that we are able to get all our seeds from here. But initially these seeds were all brought from Tanzania. And we worked together with the Nafori to make sure that we do the research to find the good varieties for this place. And that is what we have doing. And that's where you see, right here we have also other nursery operators that are not mainly myself. There are many other nursery operators. Here in Lira, within the city alone, we have about 15 with the nurseries of cashew nuts, which are even also overgrown. Some have overgrown, some people have planted. And the challenge has also been the climate change. And also, most nursery operators got discouraged when government signed a memorandum that they are going to buy the seedlings from the farmers, but eventually they did not buy. So you'll find here we had over 100,000. Some of it dried up, and some have been selling to small farmers who come to buy. So here alone we had over 100,000.
Oh, that's
impressive. Last week, you see that line there. There was a line there, those two lines there. We removed the nuts from there, the cashew nut, and where they have replaced with the new pots. They were also seedlings. We are really trying to ask farmers out there that cashew nut is a good gold for us in Uganda.
Okay.
Because especially northern Uganda here, where we don't have any other perennial crop, and this should be somewhere where we should really run to. One, it will help us even improve on household income. It's a gasoline that is used for flying planes. It comes from cashew nut. That is the oil that they use for planes.
Really?
And in Uganda, we are really missing a lot because we have not taken cashew nut as a very serious enterprise, especially the farmers. Farmers are used to things of 3 months, they get money, but they continue planting them. And when there is like now there is this climate change, if people could plant cashew nut, you would see. You have also seen some difference in the gardens where there is cashew nuts.
Actually, I've noticed
cashew nuts are green, other trees are withering. And it keeps the place cool. So this is something that I want the country, the world to know that we are sitting on wealth.
That is not yet tapped.
That is not yet tapped. And I will be grateful if government puts in more effort. I'm happy they are starting to see light, but there is still a lot to be done. But I also want to encourage the private sector, the community, the farmers. Let's not wait for government, because this is your own income. It is not government's income. You will only pay taxes and government can benefit. But you are the right beneficiary. You will improve the environment. And if we all plant cashew nuts, we should be able to apply for carbon credit, which will be paid for. Because right now, because of this global warming, this climatic change, there are a lot of international organizations that are willing to pay for carbon credit. As long as we do it in a proper way and we apply to be included. And I would like totally to now to say to those cooperative societies, there are cooperative societies that have land. We still have land in the north and Karamoja. Can we utilize most of that land and plant cashew nuts so that we have something that will help us? Yeah, for this, how we give to the farmers, after these ones, like now these ones, they are now ready to be transplanted. We always advise our farmers that you dig a hole 2 feet square, deep, and then the width.
Okay.
Depth and the width. And then you space them at 10 by 10 if you want to have a large space for intercropping, but you can also do 8 by 8.
Okay.
And then you'll be able to have your cashew nuts. You need about 70 trees in 1 acre if you're using 8 by 8. And you will need about 40 if you're using 10 by 10. And you'll be able to have anything. In the 5th year, you will be able to harvest about to 10, and from 5 years to 12 years, you will be having 15 kilos and above per tree. And when your tree reaches from 15 years above, you'll be getting 60 kilos for 1 single tree of cashew nuts. And currently, this new variety, we really want to encourage people to plant, because even the price is good. For those who are really willing to go in commercial production, or even raising the seedlings, let people stop raising any other seedling. Let's multiply the current seedlings and use the seeds from those trees which were planted from selected varieties, so that they don't continue importing seed. Seed is our problem.
So is there a way one can identify a wrong seedling out there? For instance, what should the farmer be looking out for to ensure that he doesn't get the other local variety and maybe aims for this, we
encourage farmers to buy the seedlings from certified nurseries. During the time of research, there are few farmers that we had certified, which were certified by NAFORI to produce. Although some of them on the way dropped, but I think this nursery site remains. But we were planning to put a mother garden there where we shall be having our seed for multiplication. But since we already had the seedlings, the trees in March in the other farm, we said now we would be bringing seeds, and then we soak, and then we plant here, and then we can do other things around, because there is large land there. We have about 20 acres where we have put coffee and cashew nuts together.
Okay, and you said that actually this cashew nut tree can take many years, but even if you don't want to wait for so long, is it possible? You say there is a possibility of actually
you can prune it, and it will sprout. And the more you continue pruning it and making it sprout and goes evenly up, the more tonnage you get per tree.
Per tree.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
And this cashew nut tree goes over 100 years, lifetime. As long as you maintain it, it will go beyond 100 years. Yeah. So this is I would not even call it a retirement crop, but this is a generational crop. Generations will come and get it and continue. Another generation will come and find it there. And by that time, they could have maybe even increased on the production. Yeah.
Are you in any way organized as maybe nursery operators or farmers out there who have grown these orchards to be able to ensure that people out there can reach out to you people and ensure that at least if they are far away from you, they can be able to access certified nurseries that you can recommend them to get the seedlings from, or if they can be able to come all the way to the area of various centers where you have these seedlings?
Currently, under Cashew Nut Farmers and Promoters National Association, we are establishing regional resource centers. And within the regional resource centers, we're also going to have sub-regional resource centers. We are going to have one, we shall have here like maybe 3 in Lira. This is one of the regional resource center.
Okay.
Then we have one, this is for the city. Then we have one in Amach, in Wiodek. And then we can have another one either in Gulu, and then Lamo or Agago, so that it will cater for that side. Then we shall have another one in Kotido. That is for the area which I man. And then we will have one in the former Apache, but that one we think it will be in Oyam. Yes, then we could now have those. That's where they will really come and get the seedlings from.
But we have also regional centers all over the country.
Yes, we have regional centers all over the country. For Central, we have one in Mukono, and then another one in Luero. And then we have some in Western Uganda. Specific districts, I will have to consult the coordinator, our executive director, who would be able to give me all those lists. I have the list of the regional representatives, but they also have the regional centers, which basically not all the regional representatives host a regional hub, because the regional resource center is supposed to be a training center where we have also the trees grown. We have the seed multiplication. We want to plant orchards where we have the seeds that we use for producing seedlings. And then they are supposed to have libraries on cashew nuts, and there should be technical trainers. For us here, I'm blessed that the Lango sub-region and the northern sub-region, during the time of research, we trained extension staff. Currently, we are importing cashew nuts. On cashew nut, even the local government staff, we trained some of them. And that's where, when the government took over, the first pilot district was Lira, because there was already something going on. Yeah, one of those gardens all those 2 gardens we have been today are the gardens we planted during research, but also planted one in Nakasongola and one in Luero. The one in Nakasongola is for pure organic. And then in Nakasongola. Then the one in Luero is for grow more seeds.
Grow more seeds.
Yeah. There they have opened, grow more seeds has about 200 acres. And then pure organic has 400 acres of cashew nuts, and they are producing. Yeah, fully production.
Now, speaking cashew nuts,
Mm.
have you worked out, do you have any linkages with the market for members out there who want to go massive on this cashew nut production? Are you organizing some way of, identifying market for these people, or do you have, yes?
Market is already, I'm telling you, I get calls from different regions globally. I started getting calls from Amsterdam. There are some companies there that are willing. And we also have a partner whom we're working with during the research. He's in Burkina Faso. He's processing cashew nuts. He's working with over 10,000 farmers. And they have very big factories for processing cashew nuts in Burkina Faso. So they're also willing to come and buy our nuts. We also have contacts from Oman. Those people are also willing to come and buy the cashew nuts. Within here locally, currently we are importing cashew nuts. The Kenyans, we are importing from Tanzania and Kenya. The ones which are already roasted or raw, but already without the husks. We are importing. So the market is not an issue. An issue is still the farmers' mindset, attitude towards the crop. I want also to allay the fears of the farmers that the cashew nuts spoils the garden. No, you have seen today most of some of the gardens where we have done intercrop of cashew nuts with other crops. I will also encourage those who are in coffee that they can intercrop their cashew nut with the coffee as long as they don't have other bigger shade trees around. Because cashew nut doesn't need shade. It can provide shade, but doesn't want shade near it.
I've actually seen gardens which are well intercropped with coffee, and they are coexisting quite comfortably on top of the other, other crops that they are growing there.
Yeah. So this is really the beginning of this. Once we get this, when we buy, we get the nuts. Unfortunately, I didn't carry the nuts which have not sprouted. When we get the nuts, we soak it. Then after soaking it, it will start sprouting like this. So these ones now are ready to be planted. This one you can even plant it direct on the garden as long as there is a lot of moisture, water. And you make sure that you plant it like this. If you make any mistake of planting it like this, the other way around, it will not grow, because this is where the leaf is supposed to come from. So the root must go down when you are planting it. Yes.
So now, Helen,
yes,
members out there that are keen on growing cashew nuts, how can they be able to reach you? Do you have any website or phone numbers, any WhatsApp line that they can be able to reach you?
I think the easiest way for people to reach me is because most people have been searching and getting me on websites, so many websites. If you go to cashew nuts and you're looking for cashew nuts in Uganda, you will just find NECPA, Northeast Chili Producers, and you'll find my number there. And that number is also on WhatsApp. It is 0772 489 682. I repeat, 0772 489 682. And I also have Airtel, 0700 707175. I'm also here working with my colleague Connie. This is a very young, dynamic lady. She's always here. Let her introduce herself in details and also give you the number. Maybe clarify also on this location.
My name is Connie. I'm always available here.
Speak louder.
My number is 0777 614 777 again. You can call me anytime. I can come here anytime you want. In case of any seedlings, I'm always available.
Repeat that number, please, loudly again.
0777 614 777. My name is Connie. Thank you very much.
The location?
The location is in Labour Line, Lira City West, along a left-hand road.
Thank you so much.
Near Erute Central Prison.
Okay.
Yes.